Don't blink, it's your boy Yang. Welcome to the Real Code of the Show. You guys are doing well because we're having a fantastic 16 July 2024. Shout out Big Bob, a friend from high school that I met tonight on a live. So super cool. Today's a very special video. Listen, if you told me I was gonna do this video today, I would have not believed you. This is a very special video, and it's being neurodivergent. So as you guys know, I've got ADHD. As you guys know, I've been obsessed with Calbride GFS, which was Hell to the Year, which was since last week I'm obsessed with, and this video is about neurodivergence. So before I offend people, please, I don't mean no offense. Just gonna be talking about mental health, right? So I'm seeing. Listen. I've had a lot of friends that have autism, right? I don't choose them because they have autism; just happen to do so. But those friends, it's not because if we look at autism, there's a lot of similarity between. At the same mal, it's not the same sickness. Maladie en français. It's not the same sickness. It's completely different, but there's a lot of similarity. Enough for me to say, hey, there's things that I can learn, or there's things I can relate to, which is the birth of consciousness. Birth of consciousness is I can relate to, and I'm interested in. I can relate to being having a neurodivergence. I'm interested into learning more about this neurodivergence. I've been so focused on learning what is ADHD, right? I've been so focused on learning to live with it, right? And I now that I know that autism, which I knew from, I have one of my best friends. She's autistic, right? And it's weird because there's a lot of things that she does that I do also, and I feel like for a long time, I use my ADHD as a excuse. I use my ADHD as a crutch, something I couldn't make. I'm a firm believer, and if you say you cannot do something, you cannot do it, right? So I've been using ADHD. Look at this. This is dark. This is beautiful though. I've been using a lot of the thing that I got ADHD, dude. And I've been using it as a joke. There's still an intent of this kind of an excuse. Lately, I've been, and I feel like I've been doing that because I believe that ADHD was a sickness. It was an illness. It's still a sickness. It's still an illness. You can learn to live with it pretty nicely. And it's King Cobra GFS, the locale. That taught me the right word is learning to cope with it. Now, to this day, I feel like ADHD is a huge tool for me. There's still a time where it hinders me, but in most cases, it's a tool for me. So the difference between learning to accept what you are and to coping, and I believe that accepting and coping is completely different. You can accept something, right? I mean that you cope with it. You can accept something and be like, "Hey, dude, this is what you're saying is true," but you gotta cope with it, which is, I know it's true, but I don't wanna realize that. I can think. I've been fighting with a friend today, and my whole day it's completely. I'm unfocused. I'm so sorry. See, coping, but it's the truth. I don't even know what I'm gonna say. God damn it. So, goddamn. I feel like it's a weird thing. Like you learn what is the first step is possibly learning what is your neurodivergence. I've been doing a lot of videos on what it is to have ADHD or to live with ADHD. I did a mukbang. One of my first videos is a mukbang about ADHD, which in case proves the fact that ADHD has such a high part in my life, and it's because it does feel like a lot of people have ADHD. Then again, a lot of people is what? Even if it's 20% of the population, it's still a lot. But you can have a family of four, right? And you're the only person that has it. You can have a certain family of five, and you're the only person that has it. So it is kind of weird. Oh shit, got a pimple. It's kind of weird because your very first step is to learning what it is a disability, learning a symptom. But then there's something called placebo effect. So you're like, okay, well, since I know that the symptom, I'm going to use those symptoms to excuse my behavior. This is the placebo effect. Even if they're not there, I'm going to use them, right? Then the next thing is, okay, well, I have it, trying to auto medicate it. So in high school, which is funny, because we talked to a guy in high school today, which is a godsend. I used to smoke a lot of weed, right? And weed made me calmer. Weed was kind of the easy way out, sadly. in high school, in the last grade of high school, I started going to the gym a lot, going to the gym every single day, 2 times a day, and I had really good grades. That was because I used a lot of the energy as, as a mechanic to work out, and that energy wasn't used as a mechanic to be unfocused, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so that self medication is super important. For example, and that's really really like what I'm gonna say. Like for example, I'm watching King Cobra GFS, right? Who's autistic, and I just watched a documentary with him, and the documentary, like, listen, I wasn't there, I don't know. The documentary was saying after a couple of beer, Josh really stressed down. He really relaxed. He was nicer. He was more fun to be around. And I'm not saying that you should use alcohol as a medication. I'm not saying that if you're autistic, alcohol is the answer. I'm not saying that. Please understand. I'm saying that everybody has a tool, has this way of self-medication, right? No matter where it is. You got a stuttering issue, you find way to self-medicate it by listening to music, by writing, right? By doing a bunch of stuff that don't involve you speaking. And that's pretty much it. And then there's the last is learning to cope with it. And this is something I've been doing for a couple of, to be honest, I've been doing it more and more since content creation. Content creation, there's time where ADHD is the bane of me. You saw it in this video when I could focus. But ADHD have been the bane of me. I've been in cases where I couldn't think, I'm dealing with a situation right now personally, and that's fucking up my entire day. My entire day, I wouldn't be focused. I did do content for the last 3 days, right? Didn't do much content in the last 3 days because of that same situation. So, it sucks. But long story short, see, unfocus again. I'm learning to deal with ADHD and content creation. There's moments where I hate the fact that I have ADHD, and there's moments where I'm super grateful for that. I'm creative. I tend to be smart. Tend to be smart isn't the smartest thing I could say. It's not the best portrayal. It's kind of cool because, dude, it's nuts. I'm still focusing on the situation with a friend. God damn it. See? So there's moments where I feel like I'm able to understand certain subjects that are harder. I show that I'm smart by understanding or being able to converse with people. We had a person that was talking about sexuality yesterday. She was a doctor in sexology. I'm not a doctor in sexology, but I was able to understand what she was trying to say. I was able to vocalize an opinion based on the information that was presented to me, right? Critical thinking, hello. That's pretty much it, right? So learning to cope with it is understanding that there's going to be good days and bad days, and I have to you see, it's being grateful for the good thing and understanding the bad things that happen, and it's just that learning to cope with it. And by the way, Cobra GFS, thank you for showing me the way, sir. That's pretty much it, honestly, dude. The fact that there's so many people with different neurodivergent, and most of them, like, sadly, if you look at a lot of the local, you look at Christian autistic. And I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not pointing fingers at, but it's a group of people. If you look at this, if you look at Cobra autistic, if you look at Daniel Larson, right, and you understand that there's kind of like this. And I'm sorry to say, there's this almost pattern of it. You're like, well, what do I do to solve the pattern? What do I do to make sure that this pattern don't happen again and again and again? And the answer is pretty simple. The answer is learning to cope with it, which is what he's saying. Learning to cope with it. Why am I putting there? Because we're listening to the documentary. Again, I'm obsessed. I tell you guys I'm obsessed. But yeah, so learning to cope with it. Learning that there's day, and I have to do that more. For example, like if I notice a good day, I'm gonna be doing videos. Today we made a lot of videos. It was a bad day. Maybe focus more on streaming because streaming doesn't require me as much as effort. I've been watching my old stream, right? Because I wanted to see how I want to see how much I improve and what is left to improve. Because that's always gonna be a good sign. I'm not a person that looks at itself in the mirror. I'm not a person that's self-judged. I'm a person that's very rough shit with himself. I'm also a person that doesn't understand when he's doing something wrong. So I've been watching a lot of a old stream, and I can tell, like, because I was sleepy. I can tell I wasn't sleeping. I was obsessed with it. You can tell I'm tired, right? And the content isn't as great because I was tired. As long as I do content every day, I'm happy. And that's kind of like the main thing. That's kind of the main thing. The main thing is understanding that I don't care what, and I know it's horrible to say, but I don't care what content I make. I love making content. That's all that matters. If I make something, it's good. If I don't make something, it's even better. Because if I don't make something, like for example, those 4 days when I didn't do anything because I fell out with a friend, it kills me, right? And it kills me, and it does feel bad because in a way, you're kind of losing a friend, right? And because you're losing a friend, you feel bad about it, and then you're like, okay, well, focus on the content. That way, the live stream we did not 30 minutes ago, right? Not 20, not 11 minutes ago. I'll be precise as fuck. Was about that. We started with, okay, let's do it live because we're focused. Let's do it live because I'm not in the best mood, right? So in the same way, it sucks because because in the perfect way, I'm disappointed about losing a friend, of course. I think that's nature, right? But and the other way, you're like, dude, this is affecting your mental health. This is affecting your mm, affecting your work, affecting your focus, affecting your life. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it because I don't know what to do. I hate it because I don't know what is the right thing to do. I've been trying to do the right thing the whole day. The whole day I've been trying to do the right thing. And it sucks. Anywho, it's long enough video, enough ranting. I did a lot of video today, so you know what? Day off. Tomorrow we got this running at the government, which is worrying, but hey, it's life. I don't know if there's gonna be thunder tonight. I hope there's gonna be thunder because yesterday you guys have been craving, or you guys have been digging. You guys have been mentioning how much you loved. What is that? Okay. You care. Okay, perfect. You guys have been loving the thunderstorm. Yeah, no rain. Tomorrow we have to leave. I'm thankful that I checked the mail today because I don't get a lot of mail. So the fact that we look at the mail today was super important, super important, you know. And we're beneficial. It's beneficial. Sorry guys, I'm sorry if I'm weird. Just affected mentally. And yeah. Anywho, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Sorry. It's nice outside. It was nice. Really nice outside. Yeah, let's go. I'm sorry, guys. What was that fucking knock?